Bruce, it seemed like every mistake, every turnover, the Rangers were able to capitalize on.
It seemed like that in the second period anyway. It started. Once it started, and it was 4 goals. It just seemed to snowball into that.
Bruce, that's a theme the last couple of losses. I mean, you've had bad stretches, 8 to 10 minutes where the team kind of takes advantage.
Yeah, and the one thing I was trying to get through is, I mean, it seems like we start to feel sorry for ourselves, and you know, I mean, then we score a goal, and then we say, oh, we're back into it, you know. But as we did, and then we got the second one, I thought for sure that, you know, okay, we're back into it, and then boom, they get that one right away, you know, and then it's you know, feel sorry for ourselves again. But this is a league where you can't feel sorry for yourself. You just got to go out and suck it up and do what you have to do.
How do you want them to try to find the balance between trying to come back in a game and also still not making those mistakes in their own end?
Simple plays. I mean, I never asked them to do anything like leave the zone and we need goals, so we've got to cheat and just do the long bombs. We want to stay with the program, and we talk about what we do is we try to, I think, play safe. But I mean, you know, when you're down a goal, I mean, guys are trying to do a little too much, and defensemen are starting to come up with a play and trying to make the perfect play, and rather than keeping things simple and getting the puck in there, and it's this whole league is about winning battles, one-on-one battles, and if you get it deep and you win the one-on-one battles and you take it to the net, I mean, it sounds really simplified, but that's exactly what it is.
Was Dennis's turnover in the O-zone, was that kind of an example of what you were saying, Vic trying to do too much?
Yeah, he made a good rush up, but
Yeah.
he got to the blue line. He should have dumped it in, and then he could have kept going.
Yeah.
But he tried to make that extra deke, you know, a toe drag at the blue line. He gets stripped of it because it's too difficult. The guys are too good with their sticks. You don't see, I mean, very rarely do you see end-to-end rushes anymore in this game where guys are deking out 3 guys like maybe Bobby Hulls did in the 60s and Bobby Orr's did. That doesn't happen anymore. So you get to that point, and then you dump it by them, and then you go and you win that battle, and then you got everybody else coming up, and hopefully you make a good pass in front of the net, and somebody's there to take it.
Is that harder to get through to players who are really skilled? They feel like they can make that move?
Well, I'm sure they do. I'm sure that if you're a skilled player, I mean, and you've been doing it a lot your whole life, you always feel you can make that play. It's like a quarterback can always think that he can make that pass no matter how much traffic it is. You know, a golfer can always think he can make that shot no matter how much, you know, a good golfer, how much room he's got to hit it and how much on the green there is. And hockey players are no different. I mean, but we've got to get it through to them that, I mean, you know, the risk isn't worth the reward, and that's where sometimes when we get into these spells, the Toronto game, this game, the Winnipeg game, that it's not worth it. You live to fight another day. You get it deep, and then you win the battle, and eventually something good will happen.
When they were hemming you in the second period, did you feel like some of the plays were like breakouts were impatient? Like some of the guys were being a little impatient?
Well, like which plays?
Like the third goal,
Marcus's play. Yeah. Well, I mean, we shouldn't have taken it back. We had the puck at the blue line. I don't know why we didn't. I think Dennis threw it back, and then Marcus tried to force a puck up the middle rather than make the simple play. And we talk about keeping it out of the middle all night long, and win the battles on the boards. And you know, but it was a young mistake, and it was intercepted, and you know, and they made the play. I mean, we'd like to have it over again.
Does it concern you when you got a veteran like Wyman doing it in offensive zone later on in the game? Is that more of a concern to you, or is it the same thing? It's just something that you can correct?
Well, it's a concern for me when anybody does it. You know, I mean, if it would be. It's always a concern, and I don't want to take this the wrong way. If it was a 1-1 game and he was trying that, I'd be more concerned. When it's 5-3 and you're trying to make something happen, then I can understand what his attempt was, that he wanted to make something happen. It wasn't it wasn't the right thing to do. But I could see that he was trying to make something happen offensively because we needed goals at that point.
Was there something that prevented Michael Neubert from squeezing that puck on the fourth goal, or because he was kind of like off balance a little bit, or did he just not
it
get
hit Hammerlich's shaft?
Oh, okay.
And so like when he came up to stop it,
Yeah.
hit it, so it was like a changeup.
That's right, yeah.
And so, you know, he probably closed the glove twice. I haven't seen it that closely.
Yeah. Overall, thoughts on Michael tonight?
I thought he played a good first period. I thought he was really on top, and I just think he's like a few of our players, that there's a lack of confidence in his game right now. So when they scored the 2 quick goals, I think he was a little, you know, he was ready, and he, you know, if he had kept going, like the Carolina game when he only allowed 1 goal, he was superb the whole way. But it seems like they score in spurts on him because his confidence isn't, he's not used to getting scored on. He's not used to having a goals against average of what it is, or a save percentage of what it is. And we just got to get him a little mentally stronger.
Why did you decide to put Brooks Lake on D at the end of the game?
Well, we're going with 4D, and I didn't want to kill them. And at that time, Brooks has played deep before, so I thought I would give them a rest and maybe add a little offense. We were only down 2, but unfortunately that backfired.
Bright side tonight, maybe one of Alex's better games in general. It seemed like he was all over the place and hitting everything that moved.
Well, he definitely was a main factor in our first goal, and he scored the 3rd goal, and he set up a couple really good plays. I mean, if that's getting him out of his little funk, then that's, you know, then that's a bright spot out of a not necessarily bright game.
That's 2 games in a row, though. He's been very physically involved. Is that kind of something that maybe he needs to do to get himself out of this rut?
I think you do. I mean, teams we've been on that we've come together. I mean, you do things like that. I mean, when one thing isn't going for you, the one thing you can do is get physical and get more involved in the game, and then usually things happen.
Bruce, you guys seem to feed up, maybe it's because of the crowd, but you seem to feed off that when he plays that way and creates the hit that led to the goal there in I guess the second period. You guys, as a team, just seem to respond to that.
Yeah, he's the captain, and a lot of times we follow his lead. When he's going, as do the Caps.
Anything else?
Thank you.